Real Betis 1, Chelsea 4. And your new Conference League champions, Chelsea Football Club. We've completed the set. We've done the champs, Europa, and now the conference. And I hope that this is the first and last time we win this competition, because I don't want us to play in this competition ever again. All right? Like today, we just had to win the final. We had to. We got top 4. That was the first target. The next one, conference, or winning a trophy at least, and definitely winning the conference. And we've done it. That's the season complete. I don't think, overall, I give the season a 6 out of 10. I don't like how we played over the course of the season, but I do like how we ended it. We ended it strong. We fought and we persevered, and I respect that. There's a lot of talent in this team, there really is, but what we do in the summer will determine where we go from here, in my opinion. Now, today, I'll be honest, I was very nervous. Very nervous. I had a feeling it was going to be very dramatic. I expected us to go a goal down, and I thought we would leave it late and then score 2 goals. That's kind of I didn't think there'll be any more than 3 goals scored in this game. I thought, you know what, they'll score first, and then we'll leave it late, second half, get 2 goals, and then we'll win. Simple. I didn't think we would score any more than that, to be honest with you. I thought it'd just be very tight. Because I watched a bit of the Real Betis Fiorentina game, and I thought, Real Betis, they look like they're on their way to the final. Like, Fiorentina could come back, but after, I think, the goal they scored in extra time, I was like, okay, yeah, Real Betis, they're going to be in the final. And they're not a joke. I think I even made a video about it previously, and I said, they're not a joke. They're a good team. They are a very good team. And a week ago, in the build-up to the final, there was a press conference, and initially I was like, why is there a press conference before a game that's before the final? Because we had Forest. We had to play Forest, and then we would have the final 3 days later. Whereas Betis, I think their season was already over, so they just had the time to rest and all that. We didn't, so we had Forest, got top 4, and then we just had to play the final 3 days later. Now, I'll be honest, I heard Maresca. I saw a few comments, and he hinted towards rotation. And immediately that should have raised a lot of red flags, but at that time, I just had so much going on, and in terms of football, all I could think of was Forest, so I just thought, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. And after we got top 4, I was busy, had a bunch of stuff going on. I made a video about us getting top 4, yes, but today I was on my way home, I saw the lineup, and I'm not gonna lie, I was annoyed, because we're going into a final. We should just play our best players. You started Jorgensen, that's fine. I prefer Jorgensen. But Gusto at right back, really? Like, he had a hard time today. He had a hard time. And by the way, I'm not saying that we should sell Gusto. Like, Gusto, it's not been a good season for him, but I don't think that it's doom and gloom that he needs to be sold. No, it's just not been a good season for him. I hope that Maresca just, whenever Gusto plays, just keep him as a right back. Don't invert him. Don't try any of this extra stuff. Just keep him as a right back when he's playing. Gusto, it's not been a great season for him, but there was, I think, a moment in the first half where he did save us. But yeah, he had a tough time. But that entire back line, we should have just started the back line we started against Forest. I don't know why Maresca rotated. Like, you're playing a final. I don't know why you're rotating. Like, when we got knocked out the Carabao Cup against Newcastle, at that time, I was like, you know what? I did defend him for rotating, but for this, I'm sorry, like, you can't rotate in a final like this. Like, we play once a week. We've played once a week mostly this season. It was not that dramatic. You could play the same back line, and it's weird because, like, he should have started Reece there immediately. I understand, and I respect Maresca, and I have to give him a lot of credit. I think a lot of people should give Maresca credit for how he's handled Reece's minutes this season, but there are 2 or 3 calls that he's made this season with Reece that I just disagree with. Starting him against Jurgens in the second leg, benching him against Newcastle, because that was the game right after that. And if he could play against... Oh, what's this? Okay, here we go. Okay, here's Reece. Speaking of Reece, lifting the trophy. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, man. Honestly, let this be the first and last time we play in this tournament. But We've completed the set. We've won everything in football officially, man. Like this is what we do at Chelsea, you know? Let this be the first of many with this squad. There's so much potential with this squad. Like, as critical as I am of the squad, there is a lot of talent in the squad. There is. But what we do in the summer will determine how far we go from here. Like, I look back at the 2016-17 squad and I think what could have been added to that at that time. Like, don't get me wrong, we're not as good as we're not, obviously it's not. This season's not been anything like that season because that team won the league. We've just won the Conference League. It's not the same, but like there's talent in this team and just recruit in the right areas, and we're gonna go far. Now back to what I was saying about I think it was Reece. Now him starting against Jurgens didn't make any sense to me, especially concerning his fitness, because like why would you put him at risk in the second leg against Jurgens and then bench him against Newcastle? And then benching him in the final, I'm sorry, that just didn't make any sense. Like, and then the back line, like, of all the defenders, you pick the worst defender we have to start for us in a centre-back pairing with Chalobah. And Chalobah, I don't have a massive problem with Chalobah. It's just that him and Badiashile in a centre-back pairing, I'm sorry, like, just Badiashile, I'm sorry, but Badiashile is not good enough. Like, he should not be at Chelsea. He shouldn't be at Chelsea. I'm sorry. Like, it just didn't work out. I wanted it to work out, but it didn't. Like, Marseille, pay the money, get this guy, and just take him. Don't know how he's going to work for De Zerbi, but that should be De Zerbi's problem. Let that be De Zerbi's problem. For us, yeah, I'm not going to go on. I'm not going to ramble on about it. Just leave it. Sell him, move on. Cucurella's died, and then you had the midfield pairing of Enzo and Caicedo. Enzo, I'll be honest, the first half he's just looked off it. Like, and this is the thing about Enzo. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's a top player. I'll be honest, he's just not. Like, sometimes I watch Enzo, and I worry. Like, I worry. It's very worrying watching Enzo sometimes. Caicedo, like, I felt sorry for him in the first half because it just felt like it was just him. But he's just brilliant, man. Like, that's a top midfielder, Caicedo. Top midfielder. Like, that money well worth spent. I'm not going to lie. And Palmer in the middle, like, if you watch that entire game, that should tell you that Palmer should not be playing in the middle. It's not that he's incapable of playing through the middle. No, Palmer is versatile, but you don't get the best out of him there. And in this occasion, he's going to be crowded. Just let him have some space on the wing, play him on the wing, and that's where you get the best out of him. Don't play him in the middle. Like, he shouldn't be there. And especially in the first half, because if you watch that first half, they were all over us. I wasn't surprised that they scored the goal. Like, a player loses the ball. I think it was either Badiashile making a bad pass or someone losing the ball. I need to watch that back, how they scored, because someone lost the ball or made a very bad pass. They got the ball, and there was space for Azal. I can't pronounce his name, but it's a Moroccan guy. And there's space for him. He takes a shot, hits it down the bottom corner, and I knew he was gonna score. Like, just from where he was standing, that was going in. I was going in. If I was doing a watch along, I'd have just changed I would have changed the score already because I knew that was going in. There was no keeper was saving that. So that first goal that we conceded was our own doing, and just throughout the entire game, like we couldn't keep the ball for like 5 seconds. And that's down to also the defense that we started. And also with Enzo, it's like stuff like that. Like, he's supposed to, control the game. And he wasn't doing that. And Caicedo was pretty much on his own, really. I mean, he did what he could and he played well. But then you had Palmer, who just got crowded, and he was like, he just looked a bit ineffective at times. But like, again, you're not getting the best out of him playing in the middle. It just not going to happen. And I'm worried because next season, I don't want to see Palmer's development be hindered because we want to accommodate some teenager from Brazil. Like, no. Like, Palmer should be on the right. I don't care about this teenager from Brazil. Like, yeah, he's talented, that's great, but he can work his way up and earn his minutes, be competition, great, but like, we should not be putting Palmer in the 10 just for Esteval. I'm sorry. Like, because that's what I'm thinking. That's what I think in the future is happening. Now, with the rest of it, right? The first half, I can't remember. I don't think I can recall a memorable chance that we had in that first half. I can't recall one. But yeah, that first half was awful. Like, it was awful. And I was furious with Maresca because Like, in a final, you just start your best players. Like, you travelled with our best players, start them. And because when you saw Betis, like, I didn't expect them to defend as well as they did, because they pretty much packed out the entire midfield and forced us to go out wide. But what do we have out wide? Two abhorrent footballers. Madueke on one side and then Pedro Neto on the other. They're both awful footballers. And I was hoping that they would, I don't know, like, just get a goal, even if, like, you know, because here's the thing, right? Maybe there'll be some people that defend them because, again, they played a part in us getting top four. But the problem is, we wouldn't be in a risky position of missing out on it late into the season if we had better players occupying those positions. That's the thing. Like, players like this cost us. Like, when we're attacking, I see Madueke ruining attacks. Like, I didn't think it would be possible that he would look worse than Garnacho. I don't know how, but, like, he looks worse than Garnacho. I think that's probably why there's some people in the fan base that actually want Garnacho. Now, this isn't a Garnacho rant, so it's not hate, but it's like, it's just Madueke and Pedro Neto are both abhorrent footballers. They're not good footballers, I'm sorry. They're awful. And Jackson, you know, it was necessary to have him, because if we didn't have him, then it would just be even worse, because then we would have nobody. He's the outlet, but you know what I mean? Like, he didn't really get a lot of the ball in the first half. Now, in the second half, was different. Okay, well, the first 5 or 10 minutes of the second. Oh, look at these guys. These guys are shameless. I respect it. They deserve it, man. They deserve it. They deserve it. These guys have been through a lot this season. I'm so happy for the players. I'm so happy for them. Like, this needs to be the first of many. Like, I'm watching the celebrations. I just had to keep it on because I just want to embrace it. I want to embrace that we've, like, won a trophy again. It's been so long. Like, we're back in the Champions League. We've won the first trophy in a while. Let that be the first of many, but depending on what we do in the summer, because I'm not going to lie, we need to have a conversation about this squad, because I'm not going to lie, at the moment, I'm not impressed. But that's another conversation. Today, we're going to just enjoy the moment and just reflect on this game. The second half, I'll be honest, it was the same as the first half for the first maybe 5 minutes, and then Maresca started to make some substitutions. I think we brought on Reece immediately, actually. And I'll be honest, I wasn't annoyed that he made the change. If anything, I respect that he rectified it. But the changes he made were, he brought on players he should have started. You know, like, I just thought, okay, well, if you started these players, then I don't think the game would turn out the way. I don't think the game would have started the way it did if you just played these players. Because if you want to play out from the back and control the game, then start the players best suited to do that. Like, we want to control the game, but you have Madueke on the left and then you have Pedro Neto on the right. And interchanging them or, like, swapping them around, that's not going to make any difference. Like, they are not good footballers. So the fact that Sancho wasn't starting, that was crazy to me. And I'm happy that Sancho came on, because he changed the game. He changed the game. Like, he helped us keep more control. Like, it was Sancho, Reece, Palmer. They changed the game for us. Now, the first one, I think the first goal that we get, I think it's from Palmer, and he's going out wide. And now we're playing with two right wingers, because you have Madueke, like, further out wide right behind him, and then there's Cole Palmer, and Palmer just dinks it over the defense, and Enzo's there, header right, bottom corner, goal. There we go, equalized. And I don't think it took not long after, I think like 5 minutes later, Palmer again, he's on the right, skins one of the defenders, crosses it with his right foot, and then Jackson's there, headers it. And okay, I'll be honest, it went off his body, but I thought it would have been disallowed, because it looked as if it went off his hand or his arm, but I was lucky it just went off his body, and it goes in the back of the net, 2-1, and the game's been changed. I thought, okay, yeah, we're gonna win this now. I thought that would be the last goal. I thought it would just be dramatic. We would defend for a bit, and then we'd just see out the result. But Jadon Sancho, bro, and another substitution. I think Jackson went off, and actually no. Jackson actually after that, I think Betis had an opportunity to score, or they were running on goal. They lose the ball after a corner, and we get the ball back. Sancho, he kickstarts a counter attack, and then Jackson messes up the opportunity, right? Because he's running, and then he takes a really heavy touch, and the goalkeeper just gets it. And then shortly after that, Betis literally are in on goal and they have an opportunity to score, and they don't. But like in that moment, that could have costed us. Like that mess up from Jackson there could have costed us, and it's stuff like that that frustrates me about Jackson because he's a good player, and I don't want him to leave. I think he does have a place in the squad. I just don't think he can lead the line for us. I don't think he can start for us. I think we can persevere with him. You know, it's players like that you can persevere with. You can bring them off the bench. You can have them in the squad. Those are the type of players you have as a squad player. Not the ones that start for you. But this season, considering the squad we have, that's just all we could do. All we could do was start Jackson. We didn't have anybody else. And that's kind of how I felt about the defense. It's like I don't rate Levi Colwill. I don't rate Tosin that highly, but those are the best defensive options we have, and Chalobah. You know, Fofana can't stay fit, so it's like, you know, there's not much we can do. Like, not much else we can do. Now, after that Jackson opportunity that was fumbled, he goes off and Dewsbury Hall comes on, and then I'll be honest, like the first few seconds Dewsbury Hall got the ball, I was like, just please don't lose the ball, because whenever I watch Dewsbury on the ball, like he gets dispossessed so quickly, and I'm like, please. And the first few seconds, he gets dispossessed, and I'm like, oh my days, no! Like you're not gonna be the reason they score, are you? And luckily that wasn't the case, but he did get the assist because I can't remember who kickstarts the attack, but I think he's in on goal, to be fair, and he could have taken a shot, but luckily he didn't. He passes it to Sancho, and Sancho, I just had a feeling. I knew Sancho was scoring a goal today. I thought he would get the second goal, but fair enough. He gave us a cushion. He hits it, it goes in the top corner, goal, and at this point we're winning. We are guaranteed to win this now. There's no messing this up. You know, I thought, okay, maybe we would concede one late, maybe, if we don't get another one, because I just felt we need another goal, because like I said throughout the entire season, we have to outscore our opponents, because I don't trust our defense. And even though our defense in the second half put in a better shift than in the first, I just felt we just needed another goal. And our best form of defense was keeping the ball, because if we keep the ball, then we don't need to worry about actually defending. And then there are moments where like we just weren't even doing that, and I'm like, it was just frustrating. But after bringing Sancho on and having Reece on, it made it a lot easier, because even with Reece, we were able to control the midfield because he was playing as a right back. But then there were moments where he was in midfield and he was doing what really Enzo should have been doing, and something that Lavia would be doing, but he's not in the squad, so we just, you know what I mean? Like, and it's funny because you look back at that now and you can understand why Maresca there were a few games where Maresca would start Reece in midfield, and I understood why. I just didn't think that it was necessary if we had Lavia. But again, Lavia won't stay fit, and Enzo just was not doing a good job of controlling the midfield. So Reece was, he had two jobs today, and he did them perfectly. Now the final goal, I can't remember. I think it was who scored the final goal? Who is it, man? Jeez, I'm losing it. Who scored the final goal? Was it Jackson? No. Jackson went off. No, couldn't have been him. Oh no, it was Caicedo. Yeah, it was Caicedo. We kickstart another attack, and then Caicedo, just outside the box, hits it down the bottom corner. And I knew he was going to score at that point. Just of where he was, knowing Caicedo, the guy knows how to shoot. Bottom corner. And that seals it. I think it was the 91st minute. Yeah, brilliant. Top player. Caicedo, Palmer, Sancho, Reece. These guys won the game for us today. These are the guys. All of these players need to be given praise. People need to apologize for the hate that they've been giving Sancho, because he changed the game. He changed the game for us. It wasn't just getting the goal. It was us getting control of the game, because we did not have any control of the game before Sancho came on. Before Reece came on. Before those two came on, we didn't have any control of the game. And Palmer, you can see he was constantly drifting out wide, because that's where he plays better. And it's just it's so frustrating, man. Maresca, he annoys me, but you know what? I'm happy with how he responded. And by the way, I'm not Maresca out. I'm not attached to the manager, but I'm not preying on his downfall. I'm happy Maresca's passed the test. He's passed the test. The first test was getting us back in the Champions League, and the next one was winning a trophy. Now, some people will say it's Conference League, but look, we've won it now. A trophy's a trophy. We've won it. And yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Like, it might not look like it, but I'm normally very tranquil, so it might not look like I'm happy, but I am. I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I'm still watching the celebrations. It's just the moment you have to take in. Like, I can literally just sit down and keep watching this until the channel's changed. But this you gotta take in these moments, man, because it's not every day you win a trophy, and winning a trophy is not for everybody. You know, these certain people don't know about winning trophies, man. Yeah, it's brilliant.